Well, hello. Welcome to Quantum AF. All right, picture this. Your brain is like a giant octopus. Yes, it is. Out of your brain, stretch these long arms, which are your nerves, reaching every single part of your body: your heart, your lungs, your gut, your skin, even the tiny cells in your fingertips. No kidding. When you're stressed or afraid, that octopus sends out a signal that reaches everywhere. And suddenly your stomach churns, your heart races, your sleep disappears. But when you choose peace, joy, and presence, those signals shift too. Your body literally responds in agreement with the brain's message. Well, honey, today we're diving deep into the octopus brain, the nervous system, and how you can rewire your signals for joy, health, and freedom. All right. So here we are. We're going to start. I divide everything by segments, right? So we're going to start with segment number one, which is the octopus brain and nervous system. So we're going to dive deep into that. And I always provide scientific evidence for everything I say. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm always open to your opinions and your notes about what I'm saying, whatever you add or you just refute what I'm saying. I'm ready. I love your feedback. So let's dive into it. The octopus brain and nervous system. So the brain has Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, and it's connected to everything. All right, let's get into it. Because your brain, she's not just sitting up there doing, like yoga or something. She's basically the CEO, the DJ, and the Wi Fi router for your whole body. I mean, every organ you've got: your heart, lungs, gut, skin, even your hormones. They're all vibing on this massive group chat called the nervous system. Okay. So you have two main systems working the lines. You have the central nervous system, that's your brain and spinal cord, the boss office, let's call it that way. And then you have the peripheral nervous system, all those millions of little nerves running through your body like fiber optic cables of consciousness. Now, there is one VIP connection in this network. It's called the vagus nerve. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm Latina, so I would pronounce it vagus name nerve, but whatever. It's vagus. I think it's vagus, but we're just gonna call it the V nerve. I call her the super highway of chill. That's the vagus nerve. She's literally the link between your brain, heart, lung, and gut. Kind of like a cosmic freeway that keeps everything talking to each other. Your gut sends messages up saying, "Girl, I'm stressed." And your brain says, "All right, babe, deep breaths. We got this." It's this constant back and forth dance that keeps you balanced or not, depending on how many emails you've opened today or how much you doom scrolled on social media. So then there's the great nervous system showdown. We have the sympathetic versus the parasympathetic. So the sympathetic is your fight or flight, your oh hell no mode. Now the parasympathetic is your rest and digest, your let's chill, babe kind of mode. Ideally, they kind of take turns, right? But in this modern world, a lot of us are stuck in the gas pedal down, running on stress, caffeine, and chaos. And that's not just uncomfortable, it's actually dangerous, guys, because the science backs it up. Research by Cohen et al., Psychological Science 2012. Look it up if you want to geek out, okay? It shows that chronic stress literally suppresses your immune system. Did you hear that? I'm going to repeat it. Chronic stress literally suppresses your immune system. It messes with your heart and wrecks your digestion. Uh-huh. That's a lot of damage, don't you think? Basically, stress doesn't just make you cranky, it makes you sick. Yes. So, when we talk about meditation and breath work and laughter and dance or just taking a nap, that's not being woo woo new age. That's nervous system regulation, honey. You're telling your body, hey, love, it's safe now. You can heal. Now, remember, your body is listening to your thoughts 24/7. It's like your mind texts your cells, and your cells always reply. So make sure you're sending messages of peace and not panic. Because your nervous system is vibing in balance, your body heals faster, your heart opens wider, and your energy flows like it's meant to. It's not magic, it's just biology meeting soul, honey. And that's quantum AF. How about that? Let's go to, I want to show you actually a book that I wrote that is called Healing from Within, which ties to all of this, where the brain, right, is the boss of your whole system, your whole body, and I would say your soul. So here we go. Enjoy. Are you ready to unlock your body's incredible power to heal itself? Discover the transformative journey in Healing from Within. In this powerful guide, I share my personal healing stories and the science behind the mind-body connection. With simple techniques like focusing on emotions, Healing from Within will guide you to tap into your own healing potential. This is your time to transform inside and out. Whether you're healing physically, emotionally, or mentally, Healing from Within will give you the tools you need to sustain a healing practice and embrace your journey. Healing from Within, available now at www.thestateofgraceshop.com. Visit www.thestateofgraceshop and start your healing journey today. All right. I highly recommend that book. I wrote it because I healed myself, literally healed myself from a couple of things. And as a matter of fact, not long ago, like 2 days ago, as a matter of fact, I had a soft tissue mass in my foot. And the MRI was done a couple of months ago, and I worked on healing it. I went to the doctor, and he's like, I don't feel any mass. Buy the book. I highly recommend it. Thestateofgraceshop.com. All my books are like $5.99, so it's a great deal. Okay, so get it. Definitely highly recommend. All right, so let's keep going. We're still on segment one, correct? We are. And what I'm going to go now into on segment one is the fan stories. So we have one fan story. Listener Sophia, she describes panic attacks where her hands tingled and the stomach twisted. Ooh, and that's proof that stress signals cascade through the body, right? I mean, when I get nervous, I do have those, ooh, like your stomach just, that's your brain saying, ooh, ooh, fear, fear, and your body literally reacts to it. It's the brain that's telling the body that there's something dangerous or what you perceive as dangerous, right? Because that's why you get panic attacks. Whether the danger is real or perceived, it doesn't matter to your brain. Your brain thinks there's danger, boom, sends the signal to the body. All right, so here is a practical tip. Try box breathing. 4, hold 4, release 4, and wait 4, and that way you will reset your vagus nerve. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. And you calm the octopus arms. So remember, breathe, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, wait 4 for the next cycle. So, by the way, I'm going to, after the live, in the pinned comments, there's going to be a link for a free guide, and I'm going to show you right now what that free guide cover looks like. So you can find it in thestateofgraceshop.com. And let me put the link here. Here it is. So the stateofgraceshop.com, you can find it. There's different buttons, and there's one that says books and relationship coaching. So you just hit that and you'll find it. And I'm going to show you what the cover looks like. This is what the cover looks like. The Nervous System Reset Workbook. Rewire your octopus brain from stress to joy. And guess what? It's free. That is free. I have lots of free guides, by the way, if you guys want to check under books. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our topic, which is the octopus brain, how stress and joy shape your whole body. All right. We're going to go to segment number 2, which is stress signals and fear pathways. This one's juicy. I want to hear all about this. I hope you too want to hear all about this. So, your brain on stress, the drama queen within. That's what I call it. Okay, let's spill the science tea. Okay. All right. So, because your brain can be so dramatic sometimes, right? At the center of all this chaos is the amygdala, the drama queen of your brain. Remember, the amygdala, I'm sure you heard about it. She's tiny. She's really tiny, but mighty. Oh, yeah. And her favorite hobby, what is it? Overreacting. My amygdala is way over the top, let me tell you. The amygdala's job is to keep you safe. So she's kind of like your internal alarm system, always scanning for danger. But here's the problem. She doesn't know the difference between a bear in the woods and an unpaid bill in your inbox. So when she senses trouble, she hits the panic button. Bam. And suddenly your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. Those are your stress hormones. I mean, they're great for running from lions, but not so great for sitting in LA traffic. Now, here's where it gets wild. Harvard research shows that too much of those stress hormones can actually shrink your hippocampus, which is the part of your brain that handles memory and learning. Yes, when I was with my ex narcissistic abuser, that's what happened. I would forget things, I couldn't focus because you're in constant stress mode. And that's not very good for you. So that's why those relationships, you got to end them. You got to just cut ties completely because they're really bad for your health and your mental health too. So anyway, so stress literally makes it harder to remember where you put your damn keys. Yeah. It's like your brain says, sorry, babe, I was too busy freaking out to file that memory. Yeah, it does. And if that wasn't enough, okay, let's talk about epigenetics, one of my favorite topics. And I know it sounds fancy, but it basically means that your environment and emotions can influence how your genes express themselves. Scientists like Meany and Ziff, 2005, discovered that prolonged stress can change which genes turn on or off, especially the ones that regulate your mood and stress response. Okay, I'm going to translate that. So, meaning that chronic stress doesn't just affect how you feel, it can literally rewrite parts of your biology. Did you hear that? Freaking write parts of your biology. How quantum AF is that? Right? All right. Here's the good news. You can flip those switches back. So when you calm your nervous system, when you laugh, when you breathe, when you meditate, when you dance, or even hug your dog, you are sending your body a new message saying, hey, we're safe now. And that message changes everything. Your brain chemistry, your hormones, even your gene expression. That is so wild. That's why I love epigenetics, because in a way, you can write your own story on your DNA by how you react to situations and circumstances, right? So the next time someone tells you to relax, don't roll your eyes, baby. You're not being lazy. You're literally reprogramming your DNA. That's not stress management. That's spiritual biohacking. And that, my loves, is quantum AF. Yes, it is. All right. So we have a couple of fan stories. Oh, actually, one, excuse me for this one. James noticed migraines every time he was stuck in traffic. And once he reframed the stress with humor, migraines decreased. Yes, I'm a comedian, and comedy right now on YouTube is super, super the it, babe, because we need to laugh. The world is a mess. The whole world is a mess. And when we doom scroll on any social media, we really, our nervous system is just I can't even describe it. It's a mess, and I do it. I doom scroll a lot, right? I stopped doing that the last 3 days, and let me tell you, every time I see something that's what's happening in the world that stresses me out, because it might not stress somebody else out, but it stresses me out, I just quickly pass it so that the algorithm knows I am not interested in that. Okay. So here's a practical tip, my loves. Keep a stress trigger journal. Track moments your octopus brain floods you, then experiment with reframing. All right. We'll be right back, baby. Take this quick break to unclench your jaw and maybe text your nervous system a love note. Let's go. All right. I am back. And we are going to segment number 3. Okay. So let's go to segment number 3, and I call it Joy as a Nervous System Reset. The science of joy, which joy is your body's natural high. That's why I showed you the merch that's available on thestateofgrace.com, and you can buy them. And if you put the code GRACE10 off, you will get 10% off. And don't forget, tons of free guides for you that I created, and they're available, all of them, on thestateofgraceshop.com under books and relationship coaching. So all right, let's dive into this, okay, about the science of joy. Um, okay, let's switch gears now, because after all the talk about stress and panic buttons, it's time for the good vibe science, okay? So here's the truth. Your body doesn't just freak out. It lights up when you feel joy, love, or gratitude. Positive emotions literally activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest, digest, and heal mode. Psychologist Barbara Fredrickson calls it the broaden and build theory, meaning that when you feel good, your brain opens up. You think connect deeper, and you create more possibilities. In other words, happiness isn't fluff. It's biological expansion. And of course, my favorite thing, laughter. Oh, honey, laughter is medicine with a mic drop. Dr. Lee Berg's 1989 research showed that laughter actually releases endorphins. Those are your natural painkillers, and lowers cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So, yes, when you're giggling at your favorite show, your body is out there doing chemical yoga. Now, let's talk Heart Math Institute. Now, they've been studying something magical called heart brain coherence. Ooh, this is good. I always said when your heart and your brain are aligned, that's when you're doing great. It's when your heart rhythm and your brain waves. So your heart rhythm and the brain waves sync up like two best friends dancing to the same beat. Now, when that happens, your immune system strengthens, your intuition, oh, honey, it sharpens, and you literally radiate more electromagnetic harmony. You glow different. You become a walking alignment beacon. So, laughter Gratitude and love. They're not just cute emotions, they're literal frequency upgrades. Every time you smile, every time you hug, every time you dance, every time you forgive someone, you're literally rewiring your nervous system to heal and expand. So, yeah, laugh often, love harder, breathe deeper. Not because it sounds nice, but because it's quantum AF science, baby. Your joy isn't a side effect, it's actually the cure. All right, let's go to a fan story. So, Anna started a morning playlist dance party. Her gut issues eased because she began her day with joy. We're living in a very crazy world. You know what I've been doing lately? I turn my TV on to like hip hop because I love hip hop, and I'm dancing in my apartment when I'm doing stuff around the apartment. Sometimes I do like chill music and I'm like chilling out. So, music is the best thing ever. It will definitely calm you down and create joy. Practical tip: create a joy ritual, a short daily practice like a song, a walk, a dance that reprograms your nervous system towards peace. All right, we're going to go now, we're going to just go to another video that I wanted to show you. And it is my book, The Golden Bridge, which also talks about how I healed myself and also how I went beyond this reality. Well, you have to buy it and read it. Really, it's all experiences that I've had, and they're all I talk to my therapist. It's okay. I'm not crazy. I'm not anything. Yeah, it's we have the power to get beyond this reality. Period. I don't know if you heard about the mall dream. Google, not Google it, but go to TikTok and put mall dream. Watch what I'm talking about. We do travel to other dimensions when we sleep, or if we meditate, we can do that too. All right, practical tip, baby. Create a joy ritual, a short daily practice like song, walk, dance that reprograms your nervous system towards peace. All right. When I got cancer, something woke up in me. I tapped into my self healing powers. I started visualizing light moving through my body and things began to shift. Oh, honey, I'm not special. You can do this too. Your body knows how to heal. You just have to listen. My book, The Golden Bridge, shares how I did it and how you can start. Let's heal. All right, the Golden Bridge. And you're like, what the hell is the Golden Bridge? Well, buy the book, baby, and find out. It will definitely teach you how to heal yourself at all levels. All right. See, my cancer experience was actually a good thing because it really opened my mind, my soul, and my spirit. Um, and I'm glad that I have a platform to be able to share that with other people. So, all right, let's go to segment 4. I am ready for segment 4, which I called body responses, organs, cells, and healing. All right. I've always said, and this is like, I didn't even read science, but all these segments are things that I've said and I really kind of came to realize during and after my cancer journey. And I always said, your cells are listening. This is about the science of inner frequency. All right. All right. Let's break it down. Let's talk about what happens inside your body when stress walks in like it owns the damn place. So here's the truth: stress doesn't just mess with your mood, it literally messes with your microbiome. You know, the little galaxy of bacteria living in your gut. Yes. Can you believe that? It does. That's why, when you're nervous or stressed, you get like tummy aches or you feel like heartburn and acidic. stomach. Sorry, I was checking my cable, making sure it's not disconnecting because I have a history of disconnection. But anyway, moving back to what we're talking about. So, according to NIH research in 2020, chronic stress actually changes the balance of your gut bacteria. Hello, that's crazy. Can you imagine the power of stress? Can you imagine if we flip that stress into joy, the power of joy? So that stress changes the balance of your gut bacteria, which affects in turn everything from your digestion to your mood to your immune system. So yeah, honey, your gut is basically your second brain. Did you know that? Your gut is your second brain. And when you're stressed, your gut throws its own tantrum. But when you calm your mind, you calm your gut. And that's why meditation, deep breathing, or even belly laughter literally feeds your microbiome good vibes. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Mind body research out of Harvard and Massachusetts General Hospital. Okay, shout out to Basin and team, PNAS 2013. Now, they found that meditation can change the expression of genes linked to inflammation. I'm going to repeat that for you guys and for myself. Meditation can change the expression of genes linked to inflammation. Now, in other words, your thoughts and emotions can literally tell your body, turn off the fire. I mean, it's not just mental calm. This is biological transformation. You're not escaping reality, you're rewriting it on a cellular level. That is mind blowing. The power that we have that we were never told that we have. Because imagine if we knew the power that we have to heal ourselves, then the healthcare industry would not be making any money off of us, would it? Now, where you have free healthcare, like Spain, for example, they want you healthy because it's public health care. So they don't want to spend more money than they need to on people who get sick, who don't take care of themselves. So I'm just throwing that out there. All right, going back. Speaking of cells, honey, every single one of them is freaking listening. For real. For real. Every cell in your body has receptors for stress hormones like cortisol. What that means is when you're anxious or angry, your cells feel it. But when you shift into peace and gratitude or joy, those same cells feel that too. It's what I like to call cellular listening. Your body is constantly eavesdropping on your emotions. So, honey, talk sweet to yourself. Breathe like you love being alive because your cells are tuning into your frequency 24/7. That means you're not just thinking, you are broadcasting. And the signal you send out becomes your biology, your mood, your reality. So go ahead, baby, upgrade the vibe inside your cells because healing isn't always about doing more, it's about feeling better. And that's not fluff. That's quantum physiology. And it's oh so quantum AF. All right, we're going to go to a fan story. Rachel healed IBS symptoms after practicing mindful eating and breath work. See how we get that's why you need to buy my two books, Healing from Within and The Golden Bridge. We can heal ourselves. Mark my words. And it's not any juju boo woo. I'm giving you all the science pertinent to this. You can heal yourself. And when we talk, a lot of people are like meditation, I don't have to. Meditation to me, what I do in the morning, I put like 432 Hz or 528 Hz frequencies. I just breathe, close my eyes, and just listen to the sounds of my apartment and just relax. And I did this for 10 seconds and I feel better, believe it or not. So, practical tip, my loves, before eating, pause and breathe to shift into rest and digest. And we talked about laughter, right? So if you guys want to laugh, I suggest you subscribe to my Patreon, which I have all my characters there. I have tons of characters: Belle, Maurice, Consuelo, Psychic Priscilla, Golfing with Jose, and now we're going to introduce pretty soon Nona Luisa. So, anyway, if you want to subscribe, here's a little peek of what you can find there. Grab a glass, sit your mistakes down, honey, and let's see if they're your soulmate or your symptom. So remember that a woman must be complimented. Like Ashley, she loves the compliments that I give her. And you must say things like, you have lit me up like a bolt of lightning from the sky that strikes a house. Ready for some tips that are as bold as my lipstick and as sharp as my wit? Psychic Priscilla, they call me the seer that doesn't see. But I see, I see. I don't see that much.
Hey there, golf lovers! It's your favorite unicorn with a horn for golf and a mind for mischief.
So he's saying to rub around the. Okay, is this correct, Jose? Is it okay?
Yes, perfect. You're the best, Grace. Oh yeah, keep going, keep going.
All right. So I hope you subscribe. It's the State of Grace Fraga on patreon.com, $5.99 a month. You get daily exclusive contracts. I was going to say content. You don't get contracts, you get daily exclusive content. All right. And also don't forget that I have the free guide that I'm going to post in the pinned comments after the live. And it's called the Nervous System Reset Workbook, Rewire Your Octopus Brain from Stress to Joy. So don't forget to go to thestateofgraceshop.com, click on books and relationship coaching, and you will find this book. I think it's probably one of the first ones because it's the last one that I posted. All right, my loves. All right, so let's continue and let's go to the next segment, which is segment number 5. And I call it Spiritual Metaphors of the Octopus Brain. Oh, let's dive into this. This is juicy. So, your brain is an antenna. Tune that frequency, baby. Okay. What do you mean, Grace? All right. So now that I talked about stress, cells, and the God galaxy, let's zoom out into the cosmic picture. Your brain isn't just a squishy computer full of thoughts. It's an antenna of consciousness. Yes, it doesn't create consciousness. It tunes into it. Kind of like a radio picking up different stations, your brain translates higher frequencies like intuition, creativity, and love into thoughts, feelings, and ideas you can actually understand. That's why sometimes inspiration just drops in out of nowhere. You didn't make it up. You didn't just make it up in your brain. You tuned into it, right? You actually tuned it in. You tuned into it first and then tuned it in. Now, your nervous system is the wiring that carries all that energy, what I like to call the energy river. It flows through your entire body, moving through like those 7 power centers that we call chakras, from your root to your crown. So when that energy river is flowing smoothly, you feel alive, intuitive, magnetic. You glow from the inside out. But when fear and trauma or stress dam it up, that flow gets blocked. You feel off and you feel anxious and foggy and disconnected. Now, here's the secret. Your emotions are like music for that river. Fear sends static through the signal, like you're trying to listen to a divine broadcast on a busted radio. But joy, gratitude, and love, oh, honey, those emotions bring your whole system back into harmony. So when you laugh, when you breathe deeply, or when you let yourself just feel awe about everything, you are literally tuning your nervous system to a higher station. That's why sometimes healing doesn't come from fixing anything, it comes from retuning. So if you've been feeling stuck, honey, maybe it's not that you're broken. Maybe you're just between stations. So slow down and breathe. Find the frequency of peace again, because once your brain and your energy river sync back up, consciousness flows through you like light through crystal. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you stop chasing answers and start becoming the signal itself. That's what it means to live quantum AF. All right, let's go to fan story. So, a listener describes meditation as plugging back into the source where stress melted like static noise turning off. And here's a practical tip, because I always give you practical tips, honey. Try a not mini, minute. Okay, let me go back. Practical tip. Try a 2-minute body scan meditation, sending gratitude to each octopus arm organ. This one, all of them. I want you to Google octopus brain um, with nerves or something like that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Once you see the octopus, you can't unsee it. You cannot. All right, let's go to segment number 6, excuse me. Segment number 6 is going to be I can't talk today. What's going on with me? It's like I need to reprogram my brain. So reprogramming the brain body loop. Very juicy. All right, let's dive into the science directly. So this is what I call rewiring the mind, the comeback of the century. All right. So let's talk about the glow up of the century, the one that happens inside your brain. Okay, so your brain isn't a fixed lump of wiring. It's more like a living DJ remixing like your reality in real time. So that's what's called actually neuroplasticity. So your brain's ability to change, to grow, and to rewire itself based on what you repeatedly think and feel. What we feed our brain is going to affect our whole life. So when you keep focusing on joy, gratitude, or possibility, you're not being delusional. You are literally installing new neural playlists. Repeated joy shifts your brain wiring. I repeat that. Repeated joy shifts your brain wiring. Every time you laugh, every time you forgive, or every time you choose peace instead of panic or anger or shame, your neurons are like, oh, we're doing this now. And science backs it up, okay? There's the cognitive behavioral therapy, good old CBT. It shows that reframing your thoughts can literally change your stress physiology. So when you catch that thought like, ugh, I'm failing, and flip it to, I'm learning, your body literally relaxes. Your heart rate drops, your cortisol level calms down, and your nervous system says, okay, queen of perspective, I see you, honey. Your thoughts are chemistry in motion, and reframing is like alchemy for the brain. All right. So then there's the somatic practices, the body-based healers like yoga, EMDR, TRE, breath work, dance. They don't just calm you down. They release trauma that's stored in the body. Hear that? They release trauma that's stored in the body. I do believe that the cancer that I had in my breast was trauma when they took it out, and it's in my book. And you can get Healing from Within and the Golden Bridge. They're only $5.99 PDF copy. I talk about how that experience changed my life, because once they took that trauma out, I felt like a whole different person. I think I jumped timelines to a whole different timeline. So because not all memories live in your mind, some are hiding in your hips, your jaw, your breast, your shoulders. You know, when you're tight, when you stretch or shake or breathe through emotion, you're telling your body, you can let this shit go now, love. And the body, oh, it listens, baby. It inhales, it exhales. Did I say exhales? How my Latin tongue. It exhales, it resets, it comes home. So between neuroplasticity, reframing, and somatic flow, you're not just healing, babe. You're reprogramming your entire operating system. You're turning pain into power, chaos into clarity, and trauma into truth. You don't need to become someone new. You're just remembering who you were before fear rewrote your code. And that is what it means to rewire your mind and live quantum AF. All right, let's go to the fan story. Woo! Miguel. Hello, Miguel. Thank you for showing us and giving us your story so that we can learn from it. So he says he rewired insomnia by replacing late night news scrolling with guided meditations. Miguel, it's like you're talking to me because I've been doom scrolling so much. Yeah, and it's not good. So I taught the algorithm on TikTok, which is my brain candy. Don't ask, don't even. Let's not even go there. But it is what it is. Um, I taught it every time I saw, and I said it before. Every time I saw something that affected me negatively, I just quickly scrolled up, and then it basically my algorithm ended up being cats, puppies, and Mount Everest. Don't ask why, but that's a whole. Yeah, I should do an episode. Why do people want to climb Mount Everest? I don't get it. All right, practical tip, my loves. Choose one daily replacement habit. Swap fear triggering input like doom scrolling with soothing input like nature or meditation. Or I do the 528 and 432 Hz frequencies. That puts me just in a whole different vibe. All right. Last segment, my love, segment number 7. And I call this segment your nervous system survival kit. Again, before we move forward, don't forget you can get the free uh, workbook, and I'm going to show it here. Free workbook. It looks like this, and it's called the Nervous System Reset Workbook. Rewire your octopus brain from stress to joy, and it's free. Yes, honey, it's free. You can get it at the State of Grace shop.com. I'm going to put the link here, and I'm going to leave that there. So you can get it for free. Download it on PDF form. You can read it in your phone. You can read it in your laptop, whatever. All right, segment 7. All right. I'm going to summarize the top tools that we kind of talked about, and I might be adding some. Okay. So, your nervous system survival kit, this is an everyday magic for a regulated you. Remember, we want to regulate that nervous system. So, the signals that your brain sends to your nervous system are positive and good and keep you healthy. So let's get practical. We've talked about how your nervous system is basically your body's Wi-Fi for consciousness. But now it's time to talk about how to keep that signal strong because healing isn't a one-time event, babe. It's a daily practice. So here's your nervous system survival kit. Let's start with breath work. All right. Simple, free, always with you. Carry it everywhere, right? When life gets loud, your breath is your remote control for calm. Slow inhale, longer exhale. That's how you tell your vagus nerve. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's vagus. You know what I'm talking about. And so that's what the slow inhale and longer exhale tells the vagus nerve we're safe now. It's like hitting the reset button on your entire energy field. And then we've got journaling stress triggers. Write it out before it wears you out, honey. Your nervous system loves clarity. And when you name what is stressing you, it loses power. It's no longer this invisible monster under the bed. It's just ink on paper. Simple. Next up, joy rituals. Yes, rituals, because joy is sacred too. It could be dancing in your kitchen, sipping tea in silence, in your balcony, or blasting your favorite song and shaking your booty like rents do. Every joyful act tells your brain, this is who I am now, the one who chooses light. Now let's talk about mindful eating. When you slow down and taste and enjoy that food, you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your nervous system. Chew, breathe, feel gratitude. Your gut Remember that mini brain we talked about? Oh, she will thank you. Trust me. And then there's the big one, digital detox. I know. We live online all the time, but constant scrolling keeps your system in micro panic mode. Try an hour a day where your phone isn't the boss of you. No notifications, no doom scrolling, just space to be human again. And of course, meditation and gratitude scans. Close your eyes, scan your body, and notice what feels good, not what hurts. Gratitude rewires your brain faster than caffeine wakes it up. It's your daily tune up for peace. I mean, these tools aren't chores, they're love letters to your nervous system. Every breath, every journal page, every laugh, every quiet moment, it all whispers to your body, you're safe, you're healing, you're home. So build your kit, babe. Use it like a daily devotion, not a to do list, because regulating your nervous system isn't just about surviving, it's about remembering that calm is your birthright. And that, my loves, is how you live Quantum AF, one peaceful breath at a time. Let's go to a fan story. Here's a listener, no names, requested by the listener. She shares tech-free Sundays. She does tech-free Sundays as life-changing for their stress and connection with family. I agree. I know that doom scrolling, I'm telling you, oh my God, terrible. Practical tip, create your personal nervous system menu. List 5 go to practices for peace. All right. And remember, you get in the pinned comments when this live is over. You will see the free link, the link to the free. Um, it's called, let me show it to you again one more time. So, because I really want you to get that guide, it's free, okay? The Nervous System Reset Workbook, rewire your octopus brain from stress to joy. All right. Okay, my love. So let's recap, okay? Here are some closing thoughts for you. All right, let me put this again. And here are some closing thoughts. Recap. Your brain is the octopus. Your nerves are its arms. Your body listens to every signal. Reassure, I will reassure you that you have the power to choose which signals you send. Is it fear or is it joy? All right. Boundaries aren't about punishment, they're about freedom. And your nervous system is your sacred instrument. Tune it daily to peace and joy. Now, I want to know if you can tell me in the comments, either during the live or after, what's one joyful ritual you'll try this week to reprogram your octopus brain? Comment below. And like this, if it brought peace to you. Subscribe for more Quantum AF explorations and download your free guide, The Nervous System Reset Workbook, at www.thestateofgrace.com. You will have chapters like Meet Your Octopus Brain, Fear Signals versus Peace Signals, Breath Work, Joy Rituals, the Gut, and etc. So it's very, very good and very useful. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. And I will see you on the next Quantum AF, which would be next month. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. And I hope this episode has brought joy, love, and gratitude into your space so that you can tune into that, because that's the way to have peace. All right, my loves. I will talk to you